What if I told you that before the world began, before humanity even took its first breath, a rebellion erupted in the very courts of heaven? A cosmic war that shattered eternity and cast down the most radiant being ever created into darkness. Lucifer, once the morning star, the most magnificent of all angels, wasn't just any celestial being. He was powerful, beautiful, anointed, and yet, pride consumed him. How did the greatest of all angels become the prince of darkness? What really happened in the war of heaven? And could this ancient rebellion still affect us today? Stay with me as we unravel one of the most chilling and profound mysteries in the Bible. But before we dive deep, take a moment to like this video and subscribe if you're ready for mind-blowing biblical revelations like this. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. To understand Lucifer's fall, we need to first understand who he was. The Bible describes him in astonishing detail. In Ezekiel 28, God speaks of a powerful being, one who was the seal of perfection, full of wisdom and perfect in beauty. Ezekiel 28 verse 12. Lucifer wasn't just an ordinary angel. He was the anointed guardian cherub, standing in the very presence of God. The book of Isaiah calls him morning star, son of the dawn, Isaiah 14 verse 12. He was clothed in light, adorned with precious stones, and he walked in the fire of God's glory. But what happened? How does a being so glorious become the very embodiment of evil? Somewhere in eternity past, something dark began to grow inside Lucifer's heart. Pride. In Isaiah 14 verses 13 to 14, we see 5 chilling declarations from Lucifer himself. I will ascend to the heavens. I will raise my throne above the stars of God. I will sit enthroned on the mount of the assembly. I will ascend above the tops of the clouds. I will make myself like the Most High. Lucifer no longer wanted to serve. He wanted to rule. He no longer wanted to reflect God's glory. He wanted to claim it for himself. This was the moment heaven trembled. And it didn't stop there. Lucifer's pride turned into rebellion, and he convinced a third of the angels to follow him. These were beings who had seen God's face, witnessed his power, yet still turned away. The greatest war in the history of creation was about to begin. The Bible tells us in Revelation 12 verses 7 to 9 that war broke out in heaven. Then war broke out in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon and his angels fought back. Heaven was no longer a place of perfect peace. Angelic forces clashed. The rebellion was met with divine justice. At the head of God's armies stood Michael the archangel, leading the charge against Lucifer and his fallen hosts. And then, the unthinkable happened. Lucifer lost. His power was nothing before the Almighty. In an instant, he and his rebellious angels were cast down from heaven. Revelation 12 verse 9 says, the great dragon was hurled down, that ancient serpent called the devil, or Satan, who leads the whole world astray. He was hurled to the earth, and his angels with him. Lucifer, now Satan, had fallen. His kingdom was shattered. But he was far from finished. Cast out of heaven, Satan turned his rage toward a new creation, mankind. When God created Adam and Eve, he made them in his image, something Lucifer never had, and that infuriated him. If he couldn't rule heaven, he would rule the earth. So he slithered into the Garden of Eden, disguising himself as a serpent. And with a whisper, he deceived Eve, leading humanity into rebellion, just as he had done with the angels. And from that moment, the war in heaven became a war for the souls of mankind. Satan's mission was clear: to steal, kill, and destroy, John 10 verse 10. To corrupt God's creation. To lead humanity away from their true purpose. And he's been fighting ever since. But make no mistake, Satan's time is running out. Revelation 20 verse 10 tells us his ultimate fate. And the devil who deceived them was thrown into the lake of burning sulfur, where the beast and the false prophet had been thrown. They will be tormented day and night forever and ever. There is no redemption for Satan. No second chance. His doom is sealed. And here's the most important part: the victory has already been won. When Jesus died on the cross, he didn't just save mankind. He disarmed the powers and authorities of darkness, triumphing over them. Colossians 2 verse 15. Satan thought he had won when Jesus was crucified. But on the third day, Jesus rose from the grave. Death could not hold him. Hell could not claim him. And because of that, Satan's grip on humanity was broken forever. So what does all of this mean for us today? It means the war isn't over yet, but the outcome is already decided. Satan still roams the earth, looking for those he can deceive and destroy. 1 Peter 5 verse 8. But as believers, we do not fight for victory. We fight from victory. Jesus has already won. And if we stand in him, we have nothing to fear. So let me ask you this. Are you standing firm in the battle? Or have you allowed the enemy's lies to take hold? Let me know in the comments what stood out to you the most from this video. And if you want to dive deeper into biblical mysteries like this, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. Until next time, stand strong, stay faithful, and remember, the battle belongs to the Lord.